hosted by Matt Riches. Watch the market unfold. $1 trillion tickers, turning data to gold. $1 trillion tickers, watch the market unfold. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're tuning in from around the globe. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Welcome to the $1 Trillion Tickers broadcast. I'm your host, Matt Riches. It is Sunday, July 26, 2026. Happy Sunday. The market is closed, so it's time to prepare our digital titans for next week. Today, I'm giving out levels to the downside and the upside for Apple, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. This episode arrives just before a major week of big tech earnings. Microsoft reports on Wednesday. Apple and Amazon report on Thursday. Apple enters the week with the strongest chart of this group. It rallied 3.5% on Friday, closed less than $2 from the all-time high. Google had the worst week, falling 7.7% due to it gapping down after the earnings. Google delivered strong revenue and cloud growth, but investors focus on the decision to raise its 2026 CapEx outlook to between $195 billion and $205 billion. Amazon fell 6.1%, while Microsoft declined 3%. With three out of four of these companies reporting earnings next week, several of today's technical levels could be broken through gaps rather than normal intraday trading. The show is for education and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, but you can use this show as a foundation. And if you stay to the end, I have a new song that I'm going to play for y'all that is just phenomenal. All right, let's start with Apple. Apple on the week down 0.2%. Ended up closing the week at $333.02. And as you can see on Friday, it was just a great day, up 3.5%. To the downside support, we have 331.85, 326.80, 321.60, 319.35. And then we have the top of this gap here at 317.30 and goes all the way to 316.30. Underneath that, we have 311.90. All right, to the upside, we have 334.35, and then the all-time high, 334.99. Then I do have a few levels here in price discovery land. You want to mark these as well. 338.50, 340.30, 344.55, and if we just run completely bullish for the week, 350.50. I think we can get there if they have great earnings and guidance. All right, let's check out the SMAs. So we are above the 20, 50, and 200 SMAs, so very bullish. Absolutely. Let's check out the algo. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we got to buy way back here on the algo. Back in July 2nd, strong buy. Whoever got in that, you are up crazy. You're actually up $24. You got into this strong buy from Thursday, July 26th. Phenomenal call on the algo. All right, next, let's check out Google. Google had the worst week of our $1 Trillion tickers, down 7.7% on the week. It ended up closing at 319.74. To the downside support, we got 317.35, 314.90, and then the top of this gap here at 311.05 goes all the way down to 306. Underneath that, we got 297.70 and then 289.45. If we continue to the downside, I do not expect it to break under this 289.45. And then to the upside, we have 324.20. And then we have this gap here the midway point of the gap is 333.18, and then the top of this gap is 341.75. This is a huge gap, so it definitely won't fill it in one day. If we can get above this gap, we can go to 350. All right, let's check out the algo, see what we got. The algo gave us a sell here on Friday, July 17th. And then on Monday, you felt some pressure, but then it sold off 1, 2 days, and then gap down. So had you got in here on Friday at 346, you would have been in for this gap down if you didn't sell on that Monday. And yes, you could have took profits right there. This is actually the second entry, because the way this algo works is it'll give you a second entry if it breaks all 3 take profits. All right, next up we got Microsoft. On the week, down 3%, ended up closing at 381.70. To the downside support, we got 380.65, 377.40, 373.35, 367.45, 359.90. To the upside resistance, we got 389, 391.75, 396.30, 399.65, 403.15, and then 406. Let's check out the algo. We had a buy way back here in the 1st of July, but the month is almost over, so we definitely need a newer signal. But let's just see what happened with this buy signal on the 1st of July. It ended up hitting TP1 on the 7th. And then it ended up pulling back. You would have got stopped out here if you didn't take profits on the 7th. But then it ended up running back up and hitting TP2 here on July 16th. Let's go to 4 hour and see if we have a more recent signal, since that was way back the 1st of the month. Okay, we did get a strong sell here. It was at 5 a.m. though on Wednesday. Entry at 389. Hit TP1 at 378. All right. And then we got Amazon on the week. Down 6% on the week. Ended up closing at 3. Oh, what I forgot. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. For Google, I forgot to check out the SMAs. Ooh, Google is in trouble, y'all. This is the 20 SMA. This is the 50 SMA, and this is the 200 SMA. So it is actually under the 200 SMA right now, y'all. So that means it is a good buy for a long-term buy and hold, because it is a great company. But that is a bearish signal. Let's actually see how far it is from the all-time high. Yep. 21.7% off the all-time high. Google is a phenomenal company and is one of the leaders in AI. So if you want to buy some Google shares, I think this is a good price. I'm not saying that it can't go lower, but it is under the 200 SMA, and it is over 20% off. So I don't know how much discount you think you're going to get on these great $1 trillion ticker companies, but Google got the discount for you right now. And then let's check Microsoft on the SMAs. Ooh, Microsoft. Oh, yeah. Microsoft been on good discount, y'all. So this is the 20 SMA. It is underneath. It is the 50 SMA. It is closed right at the 50 SMA. And then this is the 200 SMA. So it's been underneath the 200 for a long time. So if you've been buying shares, scaling in, then you can definitely lower your cost basis if you got in too high on Microsoft. All right, lastly, let's check out Amazon on the week, down 6%, 6.1. And they ended up closing at 232.11. Okay, so to the downside support, we got 231.34. I should have another level here. Let me give you another level. Let me put a 4-hour level right here. There we go. There we go. Okay, underneath that 231.34, we got 227.85, 225.55, 223.30, and then we have the top of this gap here at 219.66. The midway point of the gap is 216.78. The bottom of the gap is 214. Okay, to the upside, we got 234.95, and then the bottom of this gap here at 238.35. The midway point of the gap is 240.40, and the top of the gap is 242.50. If we can get above that, we can go to 248.45 and then 252.90. If we break that, 258.05. Let's see if these earnings can get us up in this area here. All right, let's check out the SMAs. Amazon, this is the 20 SMA. We're way underneath that. This is the 50 SMA. We did gap down and go underneath that, and we are right at the 200 SMA actually. So, also a good buy on Amazon. Let's see what type of discount we got. 16.6% off. That's a good discount. It's not as good as Microsoft or Google, but 16% off a $1 trillion ticker is a good entry. You can scale in. You don't have to go in heavy, but if you want to buy some more shares at 16% off, I think it's a good deal. Plus, you got the SMA, 200 SMA confirmation here. So, and let's check out the algo, see what the algo says. Ooh, we got a strong sell, y'all. Uh-oh. Oh, after the gap down, we got a strong sell. Okay, that makes sense. We got a strong sell here on Thursday. The entry was 233.66. The stop loss is going to be the bottom of this gap here. And then TP1 is going to be 228.97, TP2 224.28, TP3 the top of this gap here at 219.59, y'all. All right, shout out to everybody that stayed tuned in. Because you did, I will play a new song that I created this week, and it is slapping. It is wonderful. It is part of my new album that I am making. Watch the market unfold. Check it out, y'all.
$1 trillion tickets, presents. Got this vision in my mind. Financial freedom is my time. Every lesson builds my wings. Melanin love, now let it sing. The more you learn, the more you earn. Every lesson must be earned. Dreams become what you believe. Knowledge is the master key. The more you learn, the more you earn. Every lesson must be earned. Dreams become what you believe. Knowledge is the master key. Up before the sun, no distractions. Got my coffee, I'm focused, all action. Every candle tells a story. Every lesson builds my glory. Study charts, I trust my plan. Patient hands don't chase the scams. Losses teach what wins can't show. Every season helps me grow. The more you you learn, the more you earn. Every lesson must be earned. Dreams become what you believe. Knowledge is the master key. The more you learn, the more you earn. Every lesson must be earned. Dreams become what you believe. Knowledge is the master key. No setup on the chart, no trade. Watch the VWAP and EMAs. Trading futures, trading options, building freedom before I clock in. Let the market show the way. I don't force it, I just wait. Higher highs and higher lows. Trend confirms before I go. Swinging high, we're reaching stars. Success isn't far, it's ours. Dreams are born inside the mind. Knowledge changed this life of mine. The more you learn, the more you earn. Every lesson must be earned. Dreams become what you believe. Knowledge is the master key. The more you learn, the more you earn. Every lesson must be earned. Dreams become what you believe. Knowledge is the master key. Trust the process. Trust the key. Knowledge builds prosperity. The more you learn, the more you earn. Matt Riches, peace, blessings, financial freedom.